All right, folks, this is the debut on a Saturday night debut for the Irwindale Speedway Junior Late Models. We go green.
Literally the future of racing right here. Say that because they're youngsters.
Absolutely. This is a somewhat of a full invert, kind of. If you're Kyle Keller, it was.
It does not look like a full invert.
No, he started on the front row because Olivia Mankey did not. And then Austin Edwards did start on the front row. He's in the second spot, the number 18. Taking a look to the inside.
Oh!
And makes a move. He was last night's winner. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'll get into that in a second. Rounding out the field, R.J. Smotherman. And the number 24, that name is very familiar if you have ever seen our coverage from the bull ring.
There's a couple of...
all these drivers are familiar as far as that goes.
Now,
your leader, Austin Edwards. We've seen this driver and this car do some great racing with the veterans out at Orange Show Speedway. RJ is going to be pulling off the track and maybe an issue for that 24 as he goes up high on the half mile. Austin Edwards, he's already proved himself over at Orange Show Speedway for that 100-lap late model finale that we covered there. Second spot is the number 12 of Kyle Keller. He's from Las Vegas. And the last time you and I have filmed these cars, Jeffrey, was at the bull ring when they debuted the junior late models up at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
I missed it.
You did miss it, but you were there in spirit.
I sure was.
The same equipment that you're using now.
I watched it live.
You did.
I just wasn't there.
Well, Kyle Keller, Jeffrey, he is not shying away from that lead battle. In fact, looks like he puts a bumper.
I love it.
To the 18 of Austin Edwards. And this, Jeffrey, this is the future of motorsports.
And this is the exact argument we make when we say all you need to have a good race is 2 cars.
That's it.
We have 4.
We had 4 at start. We have 3 running. Olivia Mankey spun out and hit a puddle to bring out the finish of the race last night, but battle for the lead. Kyle Keller.
I'm impressed. And what I love is these young drivers, Tommy, they learn so much in these situations. You know, how hard can I push that car in front of me?
Yeah. So these are late models, Jeffrey. These things are legitimate late models that will race at Madera, which is the track that basically brought this division to life.
Yeah.
Kenny Shepard over there at Madera Speedway had the vision with probably a lot of other family members saying, hey, if we can't work with you and you work with us, this is a reality. And here it is. We're seeing it now as far south as Irwindale and as far east as Vegas.
And the more people that get involved with something like this, Tommy, that's where you see the growth. So.
Exactly. This is a 12-lap race. Kyle Keller in the lead. And if he can hold off Austin Edwards, we'll have a different winner on both nights. Edwards won last night. Keller into the lead. Lap number 8 and to the checkers. Your winner here, Kyle Keller, the number 12, Edwards, doing himself a drift show. That's coming up in October, if you didn't know that. And rounding out your top 3 will be Olivia Mankey, who we've seen her grow up in the Bandoleros, racing out at Orange Show, and unfortunately a DNF for the 24 of R.J. Smotherman.
Good stuff.
Not a bad race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Super Stocks. Green flag. 3rd mile now, Tommy. We're racing here.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Rich Long in the 3rd in the 84, the 40 machine, Jerry Toporek, and Matthew Sampson in the 94. Caution.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. So, Jeffrey, here we go for some super stock racing. And this is actually more cars than I thought we'd have for tonight.
Because when you got here today, there were 2.
There were 2. And I'm glad that Irwindale is graciously allowing the drivers to try, because last time the track tried. They contacted the drivers said, we'll be there. Let us just get the cars ready. This time is different. This time the track's like, well, if the drivers are interested, we wouldn't mind hosting a race or 2. And these drivers right here are the ones that have successfully made the effort. Now, we did see Darren Cheek on social media trying to wrangle up some drivers, and they all were excited. Darren Cheek, of course, just found out coming into this race that the motor was broken.
Oh, on his car?
Yeah, so we would have been up to 4.
Okay. So
DeLongs have 3 cars. They were only able to bring 1 tonight. So we got
some growth.
We've got some, yes.
Green flag. Let's go 3 wide into turn 1.
We got Did we mention this was Super Stocks?
Oh boy! Sampson to the lead. Hey, if you're gonna win, you gotta go. Now, what's gonna be fun is, luckily Sampson just hit a driver that we know has no history of a temper.
Here we go, though. Look at that move out of turn number 2. DeLong's got a car for the race here tonight.
Sampson's going for it, though.
I think Sampson might have misjudged a little bit.
No, he saw an opening. You got to take it.
Yep.
And he did. And you know what? The fans got into it.
I'm actually impressed. DeLong's car, as much damage as that car could have, it looks good to me. And
let's throw this out there. DeLong's been racing, and a lot of their cars that they were racing was at KCRP, County Raceway Park. But now, Tommy, I'm sure they're looking upon this speedway going, hey, let's have this as our home track again.
Yeah. And I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the spotter.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I think he just cussed out his driver. I think he literally just cussed out his driver.
This isn't a bad race.
No.
Actually.
And I would love to see what we've got if we had 3 more and 3 more after that.
Yeah. And that's it. Right now, Sampson! Nice save.
They could have been.
I wonder what the Toporic spotter had to say about that one. He probably said, woo rabbit.
But yeah, Jeffrey, going back to DeLong. DeLong, yes, he's running a full K&N Pro Series season. And I talked to him in the autograph session, and he goes, I'm happy to be back home. I do travel all season long, but it's nice to come to the track and have some fun with family and all your friends.
Yeah, no, it's good to see. Again, oh man, Sampson's the car to watch in this entire race. I'm sorry, but right now this track straight up is in a position where it's got nowhere to go but up, because this is, I feel like, the first year where I think there's actual hope for a future for this speedway. For years, prior to when this track went bankrupt back in 2012, we didn't realize there was an issue, and then that was kind of a management problem, and it became something where the track was kind of on lease time, but we just didn't know how much time, and right now I feel like we have a management behind this track that is in it for the long run, in it to be here as long as they can. As soon as they probably get an opportunity, Tommy, they're probably going to have another Superstock class.
They're trying.
They're trying. But that's the thing is, you need to know that something you invest money and time into is something that, hey, maybe I could do this for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And I think we're slowly starting to get to that spot where people can say, hey, the track's around, we should be okay.
Well, we're growing divisions here so far. We've got a junior late model race coming up next.
Yep.
This division is starting to grow, hopefully, as DeLong out of turn number 4, checkered flag.
Toporic was closing there.
He sure was.
But Sampson won my heart in this race. Sampson. The reason I say it like that is because there's a monster truck named Sampson.
And we've seen Larry Sampson driving this car before, but we get the pleasure to see Matt Sampson behind the number 94.
Yep.
And hopefully for more races.
Well, hey, that was fun.
That was.